Hi Yins, how are you doing today? I hope you're all doing well. It has been a while since I've filmed, and so I thought I'd come back and say, hey, what's going on? Happy May, happy spring, and I guess I'm back. I don't know how long for, but I'm back for a while. I'm back for this video at least. It's been what, 3-4 weeks since I filmed last, and I just really have not been, I hate to say it, I haven't been in the mood to film, but mainly because all I do is look at my computer all day, and so whenever I'm not looking at my computer, I really don't want to be taking the time to, I want to be focused on other things. So I've really been focusing on exercise and getting out whenever I can get out and take walks or whatever, and then crafting and watching TV. So I guess switching one screen for another, but it's one less thing I have to think about. So that's why I haven't really been filming much. Haven't really had much to say either, because I'm at home all day, every day, doing the same thing every single day, as I'm sure many of you are also. So thank you for bearing with me as I haven't been filming much. Or posting. I haven't posted on Instagram in months, so I also haven't been watching any FlossTube. I just haven't really been in the mood to do that. As you'll see, my stitching is sparse. My knitting is a little bit more active right now, as it has been the last few episodes. So we will take a look at all of that. So with that, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe and healthy, and that you are making the most of this situation that we are all in, and getting lots of crafting done. So with that, let's go ahead and jump right into, I'm going to quickly show you my knitting, and then we'll go to my stitching. I do have some exciting information to share with you in the stitching world. So first off, I have been on a sock knitting kick. I have done lots and lots of socks, as you are going to see here. So first off, I think last time I had finished the first sock of this variegated yarn that my brother got me for my birthday last year. This is a pair of socks for myself. It's just a basic knitted basic sock. I did do a cuff of 3 and 1 instead of 2 and 2, and I did the afterthought heel. I do have a complete pair now. I have not tried them on yet, so I'm hoping they fit. I used a size 1 needle for these versus the 0 that I typically use, and I'm pretty happy with the length. They might be a little bit longer than I need, just because I forgot to measure whenever I was doing the foot, but they should shrink up pretty well whenever I wash them. So there is pair 1 done. So that is, oh, I have a chair over here I can put everything on, so I don't have to like be flopping all over the place. Then last time I also showed you a new sock pattern that I decided to get out. Let me get the bag here. I'm using my Knits Best Things bags that I have. This one I bought, this one was gifted to me. And so this pattern is out of the book called Knit Socks that I got for Christmas from my brother. And if you remember from the last episode, I am stitching the classy slip up sock. There it is. And I was able to get one, well, there's a story to this. So I am stitching this using a Merlot sock yarn. It's the color is Merlot. It's the Webb's brand sock yarn. I don't off the top of my head remember, Worthington maybe? Worthington sock yarn is the name, but it's the Webb's brand Valley Yarns sock yarn. This is Merlot. This is caked up. I had the second one started. I had half of it done, and then I made a royal mess up and had to pull it all out, and I'm gonna start again because I tried to fix it. It was in the heel area and I was like, nope, not gonna happen. So I just pulled it out the other day. I caked it all back up and I have it ready to go whenever I want to start. It's a quick stitch. Doesn't take too long to do, but here is the first one completed. So that is the classy slip up sock. You can see the slit pattern here. It goes the whole way down through the foot. So, sock number 3, done. Since the last time I saw you. Well, 3.5 minus half. Then, I decided I got some new sock yarn in, and this is called the Queensland Collection Castlereagh. So I wanted to try this because I really liked the way that it looked. And on the cake, of course I don't have the cake anymore because I have complete pair done. So here is the first sock, just a simple, again, basic sock pattern with the afterthought heel, rounded toe like I usually do. And I really, really like this sock yarn. It's nice and soft. It's a 70% wool, 30% nylon. So it has a little bit more nylon than I'm used to. It is also wound. It's loosely wound. So it's not like the typical sock yarn that I usually use that is tightly wound. This one was a little bit harder to get used to knitting with, just because of how loose the wind on the yarn. I think that's what I mean by wind. And then here's number 2. So 2 pairs completely done of socks. Plus the third, or so I have 1, 2, 3, 5 socks completely done since last time I've seen you. Then last night, I didn't have any socks on my cables. So I decided to go ahead and get started on a new pair of socks. Again, using the Casseray. The first one was in the blue one is called Coral Sea. This one is called Avocado. I really like the variegation in this cake. So this one cake will make both socks. So this is 100 grams of the 70-30. And here is the start of my sock. So this is the ribbing all completed. I did 50 or 40 rows of ribbing. I'm doing something a little bit different and doing a little bit longer of a ribbing than I typically do. As you can see, this is 20 rows, this is 40 rows. I kind of like the look of that. This one is, I think, 30 rows. So just switching things up a little bit, giving it a little bit more length of a rib. There you can see, just to give a little bit different look. Because socks can be boring to knit if you do the same thing all the time. But they're super quick to knit up. And I really like knitting them. So that is my socks. Sock knitting, all done. Then last time I talked to you, I was also started on this scarf called the Dentado scarf by Manos del Uruguay. And this is in my Evertote knitting bag. I am doing this with Holstgarn Coast, so it's a 55% lamb's wool, 45% cotton. This is lead, and the pink is red currant. So there's the colors. And I'm almost about half done. So here is the scarf. This is a really nice one to work on whenever I'm watching TV at night, and I can focus on counting because it does have a little bit of counting to do. But then it's also, I already have the pattern memorized, so it's just nice and easy to sit there and work on this in the evenings whenever I'm done with work and I'm watching TV. So that's what I've been doing the last week or so, is I've been working on this pattern. And I just have the stitch marker here to measure, so I can easily measure my distance of how long the pattern, the scarf is. So I don't have to keep measuring from the very bottom. So there we go, working slowly on this. So that is my knitting so far. Nothing super exciting, but progress, and I'm making a lot of progress right now, so I'm really happy with that. Then, let's get to my stitching. Stitching has a little bit more excitement to it. And I say that first because I've made some advances on a project that I'm super excited about. I'll save that one to last, just because I also learned something new. So after I got done with that project that I'm going to show you last, I decided to pull out my Prairie Schooler Blackwork Angels. And if you remember from beginning of the year, maybe January, I was going to stitch each one of these up for myself because I really like the looks of these. But I decided to do, and I have one done, and I'm starting the second one. And I decided that I was going to do them different colors. Instead of black and gold for all of them, or black and yellow, I was going to make it black and another color for each one of them. So each one of the 8 would all have different colors. Not sure if I 100% like that right now, but that's what I went with. So this one that I decided to do, I started with the Peace Angel right here. And there it is. So you can see over here the edge of the first one that I started, or that I have done. And now I decided to do purple or lavender, or I don't think that's, yeah, purple for the second one. So started on that, then I kind of got a little bit bored on that. I haven't been stitching a whole lot. I stitch maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and for not very long, because I've really just been into the knitting kick right now. But I am doing some stitching, at least some stitching, not completely in a dry spot. So that is the first project I have for you. Then after I put that away, I decided to pull out Amsterdam. So this is an Ava Rosenstand kit. Amsterdam, I got this on clearance, so not sure if this is easily able to be found anymore or sourced. I started this back in March, beginning of March. Don't have a lot of progress. But here is what I have done so far. So all I've done so far is put in the blue for some of the water. But progress is progress. So this is on a 30 count linen, I believe. I think it's 30 count, and it's 2/2. Using everything called for from the kit, just going with the kit supplies. And I meant to tell you that my Blackwork Angels is on a 28 count gold flecked even weave Lugana, and this is 2/2. Then finally, what the exciting thing is that I've been working on is Lady of the Flag. Last time I showed it, I was working in the flag, and I still had all the flag and all of the torch to finish. Not only did I finish all of the stitching, I learned how to bead. I've never beaded before. My friend Mindy taught me how to bead, and I have the top part beaded. So I have everything beaded up to here, and then I had to take it out of the Q-snap. So there we go. And I'm having to do beading in spurts because there's so much beading. It's a little monotonous, which is not really my cup of tea, but I think it's looking great so far. So I have all of this beaded. I have the crown completely beaded. I have the the flag completely beaded, and now I'm starting to work down into the sleeve. But we all know Lady of the Flag is a huge piece. I still have a lot to go. Let me fold this a little bit. There we go. So if you've noticed, I still have a little bit more back stitching that I need to do. I did not do any of the back stitching down here. I was waiting because I didn't want the Q-snap to mess up the back stitching, so I'm going to do that as I work my way down to the bottom. Also, I have some back stitching up here in this section of the skirt of the dress. And then, of course, all of these blank spots here, and I think there's some down in through here. All of this in through here is all going to be beads. So I will slowly work my way across and finish the beading on Lady of the Flag. Probably going to do it in hand now since I started the beading, which will be a little bit of an adjustment for me, and I'm going to have to learn how to do that as well. But I'm really, really liking how this is looking on the fabric I've chosen. So there she is. So working on that, like I said, every once in a while, just pulling her out and putting some beads in. What I'm trying to do is really make, like, whenever I do decide to bead, I'll say, this is the section I'm gonna do, and then I'll put her away for a little bit. So the next, I'm just gonna work from top to the bottom. So that's what I have for you, people. Like I said, not a whole lot of progress, but progress nonetheless, and primarily knitting, which is gonna probably be the case for a while because I'm still in the knitting kick right now. So I'm gonna keep going with that and hopefully continue having some crafting and not burn myself out from crafting. So that's why I've been knitting, because that's just where my crafting is taking me right now. So again, I hope you are all doing well. I hope you're having lots of crafting time. I will be back when I'm back. I'm not making any promises just because I'm doing what my heart is telling me to do. And if I'm not don't have the heart to film, I'm not going to film. But I do appreciate all the comments and all of the views, all of you who are continuing to stay with me through all this. I'm even getting some new subscribers, so that's pretty awesome. So with that, I hope you all have a wonderful period of time until I come back to you. And as always, don't forget to always be creative.